Back for another TT, the daily TT tull tutorial. Got a lot of requests to do done Ringill, so that's what I'm going to go over today. Shouldn't take that long because it is kind of a repetitive song, long verses and then the chorus in between and then a little outro. But it's standard tuning, capo on the 3rd fret. I'll let you tune to my guitar real quick again. Alright, so we're going to be playing an A minor chord to start with. And we're going to be walking down those notes. And our arpeggios are mainly going to be based around the A string, D string, and G string, as I'll show you. We're going to be using that arpeggio a lot. So it starts, the only time we interrupt that is when we're going down these bass notes. Because now we're going to come down and pick the E string, and then the D and G string again. And then we come down to the bass note here, but we're still picking the D string and the G string up above. Like that. I'll play it real slow. And then once we get down to this, we're gonna play. We're gonna pull off that note, or play that note, 1st fretted here, and then open. So play it, fret it on the 1st fret, and then open. And then we're going to switch to a D chord, and we're still going to arpeggio on these the A string, D string, and G string. Now we're playing the D chord, and our first upstroke we have the D fretted all the way through, and then on the 2nd upstroke we're going to lift the E string off. So from the start, alright, there we're that far. Now we're going to come down, and a lot of people think that this is a C9 chord, but it's not. It's really a G over a C. So we're just going to have this fretted here and the bass note down here. And we're going to do the arpeggio on those same strings, the A string, D string, and G string. And we're going to catch our upstrokes on that B string this time. So if we go all the way through that, Alright, so that's all it is. Now a couple of tips on it. When we're doing the upstroke, it's slightly slurred, which he does all the time. So if you played it really in slow, and I'm exaggerating just a little bit, but upstrokes are just slightly slurred, particularly the first one. Kind of hard for me to play at this slow tempo. You can probably hear just a slight bit of slurring, which it's not real evident when you play it at tempo. But you can hear that, just a little bit of slurring. And on this chord here, we want to play this note a little bit staccato. We're going to cut it off. We're not going to keep it fretted. We're going to release pressure on it just a little bit to get that. So we take the pressure off just a little bit. So we cut the note off. We don't let it ring. We don't go and let it ring. We cut it off. So at tempo, so we just have to get to the chorus now. So that's all the verses. And I don't know the lyrics, only the chorus. In the wee hours I need you. So we're going to start on a C chord, and we're going to play. He likes a lot of times to put the fifth in the bass on his C chords. So we're not going to play the C chord like this. We're going to play it like this. Little meteor, right? In the wee hours I need you. So we do two of those hammer-ons. And then we're going to go to a G power chord after that. So let me see if we can come out of the verse to the chorus, and I'll show you. In the wee hours I need you, down by Ringill. And what we want to do is we want to play the G without a third in it. We're not going to play it like this. We're just going to fret here and play the top strings. So we get a nice power chord with no third in it. And then we're going to a F sus2 chord, and we're just going to play the bottom four strings on this to keep it sounding powerful. So we don't want to go to an F chord here. We don't want to go, I need you, down by Ringill. We don't want the third in there. We want it to sound powerful and mysterious. So we're playing a F sus2, and we're just playing the bass strings, the bottom four strings. So don't play these two strings up here. Keep it down at the bottom. In the wee hours I need you, down by Ringill. So see how that sounds powerful and mysterious if we keep it down there, right? the wee hours I need you, down by Ringill. So all we need is the ending now, and what he does at the ending, so he just walks down the bass all the way to there. Then he comes up and catches the E string to add that. And then he ends it on an F minor. Now, so I had a really hard time figuring out if there was a 12 string on this recording. There are two. The guitar is doubled, and one is on the left, pan to the left, and the other is pan full to the right. Because, you know, it sounds so rich on those notes. But I listened for those bass notes, you know, octaves, and I can't hear them on the recording. So I think that lush sort of stereo sounding 12 string effect is just because he's playing doubling the guitar part perfectly, I might add. Because when I hear the recording, all I hear is those single bass notes. I don't hear the octaves on them. And I think the doubling of the guitar in the two channels gives that real shimmering effect like a 12 string. But he does play it perfectly. The other thing I'll say about the ending is that one of the guitars plays a different chord than the D minor a little bit. It plays a D minor 9 chord. So coming down the ending, whoops, up here. So one of the guitars ends on the D minor, and the other one plays this chord to get a little dissonance in there. So I thought it was odd that the two guitars end on a different chord. One there and one there. Alright, so I hope that clears up Ringill for you.